Hello, I'm Ethan, and this is the Rescue Report. Thank you for joining me today. Recently, Franklin County residents were treated to a delivery of free pet food and supplies. The Franklin County Humane Society and HSUS Kentucky were treated to a large donation of supplies and food thanks to a donation by Chewy.com. Thousands of pounds of food were donated. Thank you so much, Chewy.com. You're an awesome company. And in other news, at the Franklin County Humane Society, long-term resident Raven got adopted. Prior to her adoption, Raven had spent 79 days at the shelter. Welcome to your new home, Raven. Here we see her saying goodbye to awesome assistant shelter director, Christina. You may remember Christina takes the dogs out for lunch dates. On September 26, all residents of Franklin County can get free rabies shots for their pets. Other vaccines will be available at a discounted cost, and their human can get a COVID-19 vaccine at the same time if they want. The vaccination clinic will be held at the Hancock Pavilion at Lakeview Park in Frankfort. It is being jointly hosted by the Franklin County Health Department and the Humane Society. And now it's time for our big story. Any animal lover knows that our creature friends help us when we are stressed or sad. There are few jobs out there that are more stressful than being a governor. Recently, I spoke with Governor Andy Beshear about how his furry friend Winnie helps him with his stressful job and sometimes causes her own brand of stress.
Special guest today. It's my honor to welcome Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear. Welcome to the Rescue Report. Thank you so much for joining us today. I know you're very busy. It's a huge honor to have you here.
Well, I'm really excited to join, and thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. So, what's it like to be governor?
Well, it's something different every day. It certainly is intellectually challenging in that it never slows down. It never stops. You think about it at night, if you're sleeping, when you're dreaming. And there are just so many different things on a daily basis. There is trying to create good jobs for people where they can raise their families. It's about trying to make sure everybody has access to health care and everybody gets the very best education that we can offer. It's also making sure that those that need food get fed and many other services that are out there. And on top of that, there's a pandemic and a number of other things going on. So at any given day, there's a lot to do.
Cool. Everyone loves your cute dog, Winnie. How does Winnie help you with the stress of your job?
Well, it is a stressful job, and I thankfully have an amazing family and dog that I can come home to. Now, I had a dog named Maddie for 13 years, and we lost her right about the beginning of the pandemic, about a month and a half after we got Winnie. So Winnie was helpful in not only dealing with the loss of your companion for that long, but also every day when I get home, her funny Winnie doesn't bark; she bow wows. There's just a big difference, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she sounds like she's on an animal, right? With the scent every time. So when I open those doors in the back, the first thing I hear is her filling up the entire house. And then Winnie gets so excited that it's not just her tail that moves; it's her entire back that flops around. And then Winnie likes to hug, right? We sometimes call our my wife will call herself Mount Mama because she tries to climb up her. and wants to be touching and hugging you as much as possible. She is definitely what I would call a COVID dog, in that she's not used to being alone ever, thinking that someone should be around her, petting her every single minute of the day. But she is really sweet. We talk about her having a love tank, right? That you have to fill up each morning and through the day. And then she loves to play anytime, anywhere. She loves for me to chase her. She loves for Brittany to throw a ball for her. And she chases around the kids no matter what they're doing. She thinks she is one.
Hank actually likes to hug too. He'll jump up and he'll put his little paws around you.
That's what Winnie likes to do. She likes it when you kneel down, and she'll put her paws right about here and ask you to scratch her head or her belly. That is her favorite thing. And she sits up so high, we're always afraid she's going to fall backwards. And with Winnie, that happens. She also has a penchant for skunks. As we've learned, this dog isn't a fool me once, it's at least a fool me twice. The first time, it was bad. Woo, she was dripping and everything that skunk did to her. And that skunk filled up the governor's mansion. You think it's, you ask what it's like being governor? Sometimes you're in your shower scrubbing your dog that has been skunked. The second time, the first lady says it was the skunk who started it. I'm not so sure, but the skunk was all the way under the basketball court. And I think Winnie was just trying to say that was her basketball court. And so we're hoping there is not a fool me three times.
Yeah, one time our dog skunked. Liberty, who was actually sitting right over there, got skunked so hard that like the front of her turned green.
Oh my goodness. So Winnie, of course, is a black dog, but with all the stuff we had to put on her, right now she has brown spots. So we think when that grows out, it'll just be tufts of hair that are brown at different points. So she's going to look like she had a bad dye job.
Yeah, we actually brought her to the doctor, and they didn't know what to say because they hadn't seen a dog turn green because they got skunked. Because her and a few other of her dogs were just barking at a skunk, and she was directly behind it.
Wow. How many dogs do you have?
We used to have 3, but currently we only have 2.
Oh,
Hank
good.
and Liberty. I'm not sure if Hank will come up here. Hey, Mom, could you have Liberty come over here?
He's in his crate, Hank, because he's bad.
Could you bring Liberty over here?
I don't think.
Come here, Liberty.
Let's meet Liberty.
Okay.
Here. Oh, if I can get her. She's pudgy.
Come here, Liberty.
Here's Liberty. Can you see her?
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Hello, Liberty.
Yep. She's named Liberty. Yeah, she's actually older than me because I'm only 8 and she is about 12.
Does Liberty know when you're having a bad day?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, give you kisses?
Yep. Hank, trust me, Hank is a bit hyper at times.
So that's what Winnie likes to do with my kids when they're having a tough time. She gets up right next to them and tries to lick all the tears and take away any of the pain. She also likes waking them up in the morning.
This right there is Hank.
Oh, okay.
Can you see him?
I can see him. Looks like a good dog.
Yep. Well, that's sometimes not true. Yeah,
I understand.
He likes to gnaw on shoes. Though sometimes we can get him to take all that gnawing force and put it on his tire.
Well, sometimes Winnie is a good dog and sometimes she's just a dog.
Yep. That's Hank.
Very neat. No, Winnie is a big part of our family. The kids take her for walks, which is part of their chores, and we do the same. The First Lady loves walking her all the way around the Capitol, and I think she thinks that that's her regular route, and she loves coming in the Capitol. So I think Winnie's the only dog allowed in the Capitol. Don't tell anybody. And the moment that she comes through the front door, they take her off the leash, and she sprints into my office and jumps on me. So I was once in an economic development meeting with people, and the dog came running in and jumped on top of me. Thankfully, they like dogs, and we got the project.
Cool.
Yes, 300 plus jobs, thanks to Winnie.
So what's the funniest thing Winnie has done?
Oh, my goodness. Winnie is such a funny dog. She even on the second floor of the mansion puts her feet up on the windowsill and sticks her head straight down and watches everything in the yard in front. And her tail will go when she sees something, which is always funny to watch. And then, of course, she bow wows because she does not bark. The skunk is certainly something that's pretty funny for her, but she also likes to jump in the fountains. She thinks that those big, beautiful fountains on the front are her kiddie pool. And she gets in there and walks around and drinks the water. And it's funny just about every time.
Liberty actually bow wows too. Or she yips. That's what she does.
We just have a bow wower.
So, do you think it's important for people to be kind to animals?
Absolutely. I think that we're called upon by our faith and by our values to be kind to animals. You know, we are placed in a position in this world where we can ensure their safety, or sometimes you have people that are cruel. And so in that position, I think it's our job, our duty even, to be kind to animals, to ensure that, you know, these dogs, or for some people, cats, I'm not a cat person, can find good homes and to be loved. Actually, we adopted Winnie from a family that lived next door to us, that the family ended up being really allergic to her. And so, you know, that allowed us to provide a good home for her, where they knew, that family knew she'd be well taken care of.
So what's some advice you give to kids who want to be governor one day?
Wow. First, find something that you're really passionate about, because you'll have to have a career before being governor. Do your very best in school, because you're going to have problems that you got to solve, put in front of you every single day. Work on being nice to as many people as you can, and then eventually figure out the why. What is that amazing thing that you want to do? Because being governor, there are a lot of hard days. There are a lot of hard days, especially during this pandemic. There are a lot of days where people call you names and aren't all that nice to you. So what is the reason, your why, that you want to be governor? That's what's got to get you out of bed every single day, willing to go through whatever it takes to do really good things for people, and having a strong family around you. And those, for me, are my parents, my wife, my two kids, and that Winnie dog. Certainly helps in the difficult days.
Actually, I want to become governor someday, and I think the thing that I want to help people with is animals.
Very neat. I will keep the seat warm for you.
Thanks. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you have a great week.
Thank you, Governor. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you so much for sharing your time with me, Governor Beshear. I'm honored. I know you're very busy. Thank you. And keep Winnie away from those skunks. And now it's time for our pets of the week. This week, I decided to focus on the 3 longest residents at the Franklin County Humane Society. The 3 Pupsketeers, Mabel, Sammie, and Shaun, have all been at the shelter 2 years. It's time for this storybook to have a happy ending. And remember, you can adopt Mabel, Sammie, or Shaun by visiting fchsanimals.org or make a trip down to your local shelter or rescue. There are thousands of pets across the country waiting for families to invite one home today. Well, that's it for our show this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great week, and remember, peace, love, adopt. Bye.
The Rescue Project. The Rescue Project. The Rescue Project.